Hey, this is Hoovaloo from Tide the Leader, and I'm analyzing the latest Halo Reach multiplayer video that Bungie just released. This thing is so jam-packed with new info, it's ridiculous. So in order to do it justice, I've gone away from the typical frame-by-frame step-through approach, and have rearranged and grouped this into sections for clarity's sake. Let's start with the weapons. Like past Halo games, Halo Reach is introducing us to new guns while sticking with a few favorites. On the human side, we have the assault rifle, the sniper rifle, notice the strange scope screen, the headshot-capable 2x zoom pistol, the shotgun, and the rocket launcher. New to Reach is the designated marksman rifle, or DMR, the single-shot 3x zoom cousin of the BR, and the grenade launcher, perhaps the brute shot replacement. If Modern Warfare has the noob tube, maybe Reach can have the pro pipe. On the Covenant side of things, the weaponry is a little more sparse. Easy to spot is the needle rifle, which can cause a needle super combination just like the Needler. Also prominent is some sort of plasma missile launcher. Notice how the reticule charges and locks onto the Warthog. I believe that this is the mystery weapon that was featured on Bungie.net a few weeks ago. Notice how the same sound also briefly can be heard here. There are quick glimpses of the gravity hammer and the energy sword, which seems to have its lightsaber effect carry over from the reveal trailer to multiplayer. And here's a brand new weapon, similar to the Sentinel beam with the looks of a beam rifle. It also appears here, pitifully attempting to melt the tank. Speaking of tanks, they're back and as awesome as always. The Scorpion is looking good even with an exposed tread after some damage. The Wraith can be spotted in the pack, and also hard to miss are the Ghost and the Banshee. And of course, everyone's favorite four-wheeler, the Warthog. And a Phantom for good measure. Drivable? The beginning to the invasion game type? Who knows? Moving on, we come to armor abilities. Customizing your character to influence combat is the future of Halo, and it looks promising. While the title says loadouts, I think this only refers to abilities. See how each member still starts with the default AR and pistol? And I'm pretty sure that the notion of custom starting weapons was squashed in a Bungie podcast anyway. There are 5 abilities showcased here. The most flashy is the jetpack, indicated by the up arrow icon. You can see it recharging even while in midair. Also showcased is Sprint, shown with a lightning bolt. The third ability appears to be a personal overshield, illustrated with a lock over a shield. See how he barely activates it before being splattered by the Ghost? Perhaps the force of the impact caused the Ghost to explode, but this also might be some sort of EMP device. Another Halo stalwart, Active Camo, returns as an ability and is indicated by the traditional triangle. The 5th ability is different in that it isn't for humans. It is the only Covenant ability showcased. Notice how all 4 of the other abilities only appear in the blue heads-up display. This icon, which appears to be 2 arrows pointing left and right, only appears in the teal heads-up display, which as we know from Halo 3 is the Elite HUD. So I believe the 5th ability is Evade, which we see elites perform several times in this trailer. The elites have always been good at diving away from danger, and now it appears players can harness that agility. The next biggest thing is assassinations. Activated by holding the melee button next to an opponent, we can see that each assassination is different depending on the approach angle to the target. And not only is the person performing the move transitioned to third-person view, but as you can see here, the target is as well. Everyone loves medals, and Reach promises not to disappoint. First up is First Strikes, which appears to go to whomever gets the first kill of the match. You can kind of see in this blurry text, so-and-so struck first, followed by somebody killed somebody. I'm guessing they blurred this to keep someone's gamertag private. And here you can see when the other team strikes first. Next is the pistol headshot medal, which up until now has only been seen in Halo campaigns. Also showcased here is Pull, for taking out a flying bad guy, and it looks very similar to the jetpack icon. The good old sniper headshot medal is back, and here it is again with a Killjoy. They said Reach was grittier than the other Halos. Looks like the medals are in the same boat. Some people think this medal is for sticking this guy with the grenade launcher, but it looks too much like the EMP kill from ODST for that to be true. Notice how when everyone else dies, their shields expand and then pop, similar to Halo 1. This guy has no such effect. I think his shields were dropped by a teammate's plasma pistol, but Pro Piper Joe stole the EMP medal when he killed MC Hammer. Also back are Double Kill and Splatter, and this time the grimy effect is really noticeable. The new Medal Revenge is shown here, and it looks like a good addition to the group. Notice that the sword no longer gives a beatdown medal, even though it uses the words beat down. But what's a game without game types? Halo's ever-popular Slayer is back, along with Capture the Flag and King of the Hill. I'm loving the shiny new hill marker. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Spartan versus Elite is not a game type, but more of a feature that certain game types include. Just like in Halo 3, we had certain Covenant versus Human themed games on Avalanche, we now have an entire mode where one team is forced to be Spartans and the other is forced to be Elites. There are already obvious character model differences, namely the Elites are much taller and bigger targets, and they seem to move faster than the Spartans, so by forcing the players into different roles, they're giving them different opportunities to approach the gameplay. But it won't be like that for all game types. For example, the only time Elites are shown in this video are during the Invasion game types. The purple team represents Elites and their Covenant equipment. The green team is the UNSC Spartan Squad. It appears that Invasion features certain red waypoints with countdown timers and red doors. Perhaps the Spartans need to stop the Elites from advancing towards certain map objectives. Maybe this is where destroying those generators tie in. Although it doesn't say Invasion, the icon above the generator is similar to the red waypoint from earlier, and these red waypoints are only seen in Elite first-person mode, so I think the Elites will be the offense and Spartans will be on defense. And Invasion Slayer looks to be the same type of teams, but without the objectives. But like I said, Elites appear during no other game types besides Invasion. King of the Hill, Slayer, CTF, it's all Spartan versus Spartans. I believe that's because these are all arena game types. After the title arena is shown on the screen, traditional red team versus blue team, Spartan versus Spartan combat follows. Not one single Elite appears in the arena section. So if Invasion game types connote warding off alien attackers, arena games such as Slayer, King of the Hill, CTF, and the works would only be for Spartans. This would help level the playing field since the Elite models are so different from the Spartan models. Headhunter is a brand new game type. Man, this really confused me at first, but after studying it for a while, I believe that the goal of the game is to collect the flaming skulls. But if you die, you drop your skulls. This player has 8 skulls currently, as you can see above his head. And when he dies, he drops about 8 or 9. It's hard to tell. If it's 8, it makes sense. If it's 9, the 9th could be a bonus for killing this guy. So the number of skulls in play increases with each kill. And I think that the 2 gray waypoints here indicate a place to deposit or permanently score your skulls. I can't wait to try this one out. And finally, the flag thing. It looks sweet, but it's different than the King of the Hill marker. I'm thinking territories. Now onto the heads-up display. The first thing to notice is the new health bar. It's a mixture of shields and health, but also varies between Spartan and Elite players. The Spartan one has 17 notches, and the Elite only has 9. Perhaps one character will have more health than the other, or maybe it's just a different way to show the same amount of health. Only time will tell. Also, next to the health bar are 2 different types of compasses. Sometimes the compass has the north, south, east, west labels on it and is above the health bar, but at other times it has no markings and is below the health bar. This might be a game type dependent feature, or we might just chalk this one up to alpha build. And check out the aiming reticule. It now has this blossom effect, visually demonstrating the weapon's accuracy at any given time. So to achieve maximum accuracy, you must pace your shots correctly for each weapon. A simple yet useful tweak to the team score ensures you'll never have to look down at your feet again to see what team you're on. It appears that the 4 character call signs from ODST are back. Keeping the simple yet incredibly useful train rolling are the new map callouts. These will change as you move around the map, ensuring we will never again yell, "He's on my X," or "They're over here," or the ever popular, "Buy the thingy in the one place." Here you can see that up to 4 grenades of each type can be held at one time. I also noticed that players use the X button to pick up weapons and board vehicles. This frees up the right bumper for armor abilities and the left bumper for switching grenades. And perhaps the most subtle and most useful of all is the new 3D radar. Yeah, it's 3D. Dots representing players below your plane are darker red than those at eye level. And players above you are shown as red dots with little shadows beneath them. It's barely noticeable at first, but if you pay attention, you can see the slight differences. Once we learn how to use this quickly, it'll become a game changer. And now for some miscellaneous stuff. I have no idea what active roster means. I'm almost afraid I'll jinx it if I say what I hope it is. All I'm saying is that it just showed a red team and a blue team. So it's team related. Also, I love the new physics of the explosion, the water, and the rolling weapons. Man cannons are back, and I think this means no fall damage. Otherwise, you're going to have to be very confident in your man cannon skills. And I'll leave you with this awesome death animation. That guy got owned. Well, I hope you saw some things you may have overlooked. If you want to comment on this video, point out if I missed anything, or argue that I'm completely wrong, feel free to post in the comment section. Thanks again for watching, and just like you, I can't wait till May 3rd either.